Operating system. Okay, what is an operating system? An operating system is a program on which application programs are executed and acts as a communication bridge interface between the user and the computer hardware. The main task an operating system carries out is the allocation of resources and services, such as allocation of memory, devices, processors, and information. The operating system also includes programs to manage these resources, such as a traffic controller, a scheduler, memory management module, I/O programs, and a file system. Some common desktop operating systems include Windows, OS X, and Linux. What are the main functions of an operating system? The operating system has many different functions that is required for the smooth running and performance of it. This is to ensure that the operating system can perform all of its tasks. The 5 main functions are: provides a user interface, does memory management, does peripheral management, allows multitasking, and provides security. However, these are not the only things that the OS does. The OS provides other functions as well. User interface. OS has to provide a link between the user and the computer hardware. Types of user interfaces are a graphical user interface, so GUIs, that have menus and icons, command line interfaces, where the user types in codes, natural language interface, where the user speaks to the interface, and menu-based interface, which gives the user a selection of options. Memory management. The operating system manages the primary memory or main memory. Main memory is made up of a large array of bytes or words, where each byte or word is assigned a certain address. Main memory is a fast storage, and it can be accessed directly by the CPU. For a program to be executed, it should be first loaded in the main memory. An operating system performs the following activities for memory management. It keeps track of primary memory, which bytes of memory are used by which user program, the memory addresses that have already been allocated, and the memory addresses of the memory that has not yet been used. In multi-programming, the OS decides the order in which processes are granted access to memory and for how long, allocates the memory to a process when the process requests it, and delocates the memory when the process has terminated or is performing an I/O operation. Peripheral management. Each peripheral is programmed with its own machine code. Each has its own rules that dictate how it transmits data values between the computer and the device. These rules make up a protocol for controlling and communicating with the device. The OS uses programs called device drivers to manage connections with peripherals. A device driver handles the translation of requests between a device and the computer, defines where a process must put outgoing data before it can be sent, and where incoming messages will be stored when they are received, wakes up the device when it is needed, and puts it back to sleep when it's not. An OS will have generic device drivers to enable it to connect to most common peripherals. Some peripherals, however, will have their own drivers that need to be installed before use. Peripherals that use the same protocol may be controlled by the same driver. If a number of identical game controllers are plugged in, each device will store its data in a different place so that they do not interfere with each other. Multitasking. The term multitasking, when paired with an operating system, refers to the users being allowed to accomplish more than one computative task. For instance, allowing the user to perform more than one task on an application program at a given time. The operating system is able to keep track of what the user is doing and is able to navigate from one application to another without losing information. Almost all operating systems nowadays use multitask systems. Users of these systems are always in need of a system to carry out multitasking operations. A simple operation which requires multitasking is using a web browser and a Word document at the same time. However, that being said, a system can only perform tasks efficiently depending on its structural capacity, its hardware, which includes RAM, ROM, CPU, etc. This is because each task consumes system storage and other resources. Therefore, as more tasks are initiated, the system will prioritize some of that storage to that application, thus decreasing the overall efficiency of all the other applications as it portioned out some runtime for the new application. A multitask operating system works on more than one task by switching between them in a very quick manner. Tasks may concern a single user or multiple users. The operating system will ultimately save the current state of each user and task so that it does not lose its place when it comes back to a task to resume the execution. This allows for efficiency and allows the system to switch smoothly between tasks. Security. Operating system security, OS security, is the process of ensuring OS integrity, confidentiality, and availability. OS security refers to specified steps or measures used to protect the OS from threats, viruses, worms, malware, or remote hacker intrusions. OS security encompasses all preventative control techniques, which safeguard any computer assets capable of being stolen, edited, or deleted if OS security is compromised. OS security encompasses many different techniques and methods which ensure safety from threats and attacks. OS security allows different applications and programs to perform required tasks and stop unauthorized interface. OS security may be approached in many ways, including the following: performing regular OS patches, installing updated antivirus engines and software, scrutinizing all incoming and outgoing network traffic through a firewall, creating secure accounts which require privileges API user management. Yes. Question 1, 2 marks. What is an operating system? Anyone who wants to go? You get to go. Come on. What's an operating system? Yeah, basically the OS manages memory management, security, and basically the computer in general. Okay, can you explain the 5 main functions of the operating system? Come on. Yes, that's one. Yes, that's one. Yes, that's another one. Yes. There's memory management, peripheral management, security, multitasking. Okay, yeah. Yes, user interfaces. The last one, can you describe what memory management is and what it does? Jack, you got to go. Yes, good job. Thank you for listening.